ever felt a deep pull towards something greater, but at the same time, a voice inside whispered, "Who do you think you are?" That quiet resistance often isn't laziness or lack of clarity. It's hidden beliefs that are blocking us from answering our soul's call. And today I want to uncover some of the most common hidden beliefs that keep people stuck, how they operate beneath the surface, and some practical steps to finally release them so that you can walk fully in your purpose because the world needs you now. Hello, beautiful souls, and welcome back to my channel. I'm Patricia, your cosmic guide, and this is where we explore the mystical and the practical tools that help you rise as a sacred change maker in the world. If you're ready to feel more connected to your inner wisdom, you are in the right place. So some common hidden beliefs blocking your soul's call. There's many. I'll list them, and you might resonate with some of them, or all of them, or one of them, or none of them. We'll see. But the first one is feeling unworthy. I don't deserve to live my purpose, or I don't have enough value in the world to be someone offering up this kind of service. The second is believing spirit can't use you because of your past mistakes. This is shame, guilt, this idea that I'm disqualified because I've done something wrong, I've made mistakes, I'm somehow a bad person. The third is doubting there's a divine plan, thinking life is just random, there's no higher meaning, nothing really matters. The fourth is fear, failure, fear of change, fear of uncertainty, fear of visibility, fear of success is also a common one. Distrust, not trusting your intuition. I talked about that in my last video. Inner voice or your spiritual guidance, not trusting it, not believing it's coming from source or that it's right, that it's correct. Separation. Last but not least, this is a huge one because honestly, it can really be the core of all these others as well. And that is feeling cut off from the divine, from source, from community, or from this idea of, being worthy of love, that idea of separation. So I have experienced this. We've probably all experienced a time when we felt unworthy or doubted our own call. And for me, it was when I started my metaphysical business. I thought, who am I? Even though I've had decades of experience with the tools, with the meditations, with the connection to source, I had this feeling of, well, who am I to put myself out there? There's some great speakers, there's some great teachers, there's some great people out there doing this work. So who am I compared to them? And so 2020 is when I started and kind of came out of the closet, if you will. And, the reaction was not what I expected. I really thought people would say, oh my God, what is she doing? Oh my God, who is she to do that? Or, oh, she's lost it, or whatever, whatever voices I had inside my head. And that is not how it played out at all. I got so much love and support, and sometimes even from people that I least expected it from. So you just never know. You have to trust your own guidance and you have to show up, right? So that's what I'm here to help you with, because these beliefs, these limiting beliefs, can really impact your daily life and definitely your purpose. If they stop you from doing your purpose, we really don't want that, because as I say all the time, the world is begging for sacred change makers right now. What these beliefs do is they create this self-doubt and anxiety that drown out your own inner guidance. And then that can lead to procrastination, to avoidance, or perfectionism, one of the key ways we self-sabotage. They keep us small and disconnected from our gifts. They generate this spiritual disconnection that makes it hard to trust signs, synchronicities, or intuitive nudges. Ultimately, they block the courage it takes for us to take those aligned steps with soul purpose. So we really want to work on clearing them. There's three to work with these limiting beliefs. One is to recognize and name them. Two is to release them. And three is to reinforce higher truths. So the first, recognizing and naming limiting beliefs. How can we do that? Journaling, I mention it all the time. Most of my forecasts and other videos always have some sort of journal prompts for you so that you can start looking inside yourself and recognizing some of these patterns that might be holding you back. Ways to journal are to write down your visions, your dreams, and ask, what comes up for you when you write those down? Do they feel impossible? Why? These answers will reveal some subconscious beliefs. Notice any repeating patterns like I'm not ready, I don't matter, I'll fail. Those are your limiting beliefs. And then you can do some reflection practices like meditation or just some of these guided prompts like I and other people give you. Those can also bring the beliefs into awareness. And awareness is the first step, because what stays hidden can't be brought up to be healed. The next step is to release the beliefs when you have an awareness of them. Don't argue with them or try to prove them wrong. Just decide to stop listening. So this is where things like meditation, breath work, energy work can really help. It helps slow us down so that we recognize them when they pop into our heads, when we start hearing those little voices. And we can say something like, stop, or I know you're trying to help, but that's not true right now. Like you can acknowledge it, right? Because it's your ego that is trying to keep you safe. So we want to kind of honor that it's there, but we also don't want to listen to it. So you make that decision to stop listening. Things like cord cutting, energy practices like cord cutting, rituals like baths, lighting candles, prayer, visualization, all of these spiritual type practices can really help in navigating the release of these beliefs. What we're doing is we are opening these discouraged or ashamed parts of ourselves. We're opening them to divine compassion. We are recognizing that they have served a purpose of some sort to keep us safe for a while. But as we start stepping into our gifts and we start stepping into our sacred changemaker authority, and we start rising in vibration, these things start breaking away. The vibration won't match anymore and they will fall away. So that divine compassion is very healing. And that's what we want to do to let them go. So allow yourself to feel that fear. Allow yourself to feel that shame or grief fully without judgment. That is what will clear it. The awareness and the noticing of it, giving it the attention it needs, but not wallowing and not holding onto it. Allow yourself to feel it and have it flow through you and out. And then we reinforce, we fill in. If we've emptied something out, the universe doesn't like a vacuum, something has to come back in. So what we do is we replace those old scripts, those old messages, those old beliefs with empowering truths like I am worthy, my soul is guided, spirit can use me as I am perfect as I am a unique soul with unique gifts that the world is waiting for. So these tools like affirmations, daily journaling, meditation on these higher truths, all can really take you to the next level of letting those go and solidifying the higher truths within you. And every time you do this, every time you feel those emotions and release them, every time you do affirmations, every time you're filling in with more goodness, more good messaging, celebrate those small wins. Celebrate, celebrate, celebrate. Every time you listen to your intuition or every time you take aligned action, anchor that as evidence by celebrating it. And know that you really need to have patience. This is all a process, and it's a continuing process. Even as we improve, it's like a spiral process. So we might raise up, we might get better, we might release more limiting beliefs, bring in higher truths. There's always a little more, always a little more. So just have patience with yourself. Enjoy the journey. Transformation takes repetition and it takes integration. It takes time. Another thing you can do is to track your progress, which can really help you feel better about it, about the process, and you can seek support from other people who have been through it before or who provide services to help you along the way. So Things you can do are to regularly check in. Which beliefs are shifting? What are you noticing? Which ones are still feeling a little sticky? You can use the journaling, the reflection, having an accountability from a mentor or a coach. Healing is not, you might feel like you go forward and you go back. And you might repeat, you might come up against a belief that you thought you had let go, but it's showing up again, right? It might show up in a slightly different way, or it's just continuing to help you get better and better at letting it go. There are reminders, and this is why consistent practice is essential. And community can really help. Guidance from others. These can really help break isolation and start helping you to build trust in the process. So, a few closing tips. Take small steps of faith, even when fear is present, because action builds trust. Action helps you change that vibration. And pair that inner work, the beliefs, the healing, with the outer steps, like sharing your gifts, starting projects, taking that next practical step. And remember, these beliefs are rooted in separation. The antidote is remembering your oneness with the divine and your inherent worth. If you found these insights helpful, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, share it with someone who might need encouragement to step into their calling, and let me know in the comments which belief resonated most with you and what step are you going to take this week to move through it. Until next time, keep shining your brilliance.